30,000 in 60 days. It's been live for 30 minutes. We're already at $33,000.
And I'm gonna cry, but I'm not actually gonna cry. No, I'm crying. It's so exciting!
You guys are making a reality of a dream that we've had since we were kids. I'm not crying, you're crying. We love you all. 45! 45! 51! We've been a band for 10 years. The three of us are siblings. We're all best friends. We have built our careers on the road. We've gotten to be signed to 2 labels. It's been highs and lows, but the fact of the matter is we just want to make art, and we just want to tour, and we want to bring it to you all, and we want to do it for as long as we can.
You guys are so amazing.
What's up, everybody? Eric from Delta Ray here. We're backstage at Packapalooza in NC State. We're about to go on stage in 30 minutes, but I wanted to tell you all very exciting news. We've got 2 more Kickstarter stretch goals that we're announcing right now. We are going to record an acoustic album, and it will be available for all backers. We will make a holiday album, our first holiday album. It'll sound a little bit better than that. We will write a Southern Gothic musical.
What will we do?
We will write a Southern Gothic musical that will change the world.
I don't know what just happened, but
It just went up a ton.
It's when I'm up. Yeah.
What just happened? What happened?
We're $2,000 away from $450,000.
Bro,
we are the number 5 Kickstarter of all time. We have 5,123 backers. Y'all are amazing. We asked you to help us in this new independent chapter. You delivered in the biggest, most profound, most prophetic, most miraculous way. We are so blown away. Yay!
Hi, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
So excited for this.
Welcome.
So
Oh
excited.
my God. I'm so excited about tonight. Welcome everybody out there watching at home. We are Delta Ray. We are a band of Southern storytellers from Durham, North Carolina. We've been a band for over 12 years. In case you aren't familiar, my name is Eric. I'm here with my sister Brittany, my brother Ian, and 3 of my closest friends, Liz, who we've been singing with since I was in middle school. Grant and Mike are our bass player and our drummer, and they joined us when we found our way to North Carolina and started Delta Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had an epic ride together since 2009. We have been signed 2 times. We have toured all over the world. We have met many of our heroes, and we've also, as you just saw in the video we played, in 2019, we became the most funded independent band in Kickstarter's history, thanks to all of you. We are kind of blown away by that whole experience. We promised you guys 2 studio albums initially, and you met our goal right away within the first hour. Those 2 albums, by the way, are called The Light and the Dark. They came out in 2020 and in 2021. They are our highest charting albums ever. So again, thank you to all of you. And we also promised you that we would release 6 music videos. We have done that. We've released 2 of them are studio music videos, and 4 of them were done with a team in Nashville called Our Vinyl, and those sessions are all up on YouTube. And by the way, we have more on the way. We're very excited about. We also promised you over 30 cover videos as part of this Kickstarter campaign. Those are all recorded and sent to all of the incredible backers that supported us at that level. And they're now available behind the door. We're going to tell you about behind the door later and throughout the night. But if you want to watch us sing a bunch of songs by other artists, those are available. Oh, God, we did hundreds of personal shout out videos because you guys wanted to hear from us, and it was very fun. I just love the personal connection. An acoustic album is something we promised, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier this year, we recorded it, and it's available.
We did.
This is big news. It's available right now. We just released it before we went live, and all of our Kickstarter backers got an email. All of our Behind the Door subscribers can now download it immediately, and everybody else that isn't subscribed, it's coming soon. It will be on all streaming platforms very soon. But if you want to hear it tonight, sign up Behind the Door. It's never too late. We also promised you a holiday album. That's coming later this year. Mike's going to tell you about that later. But the biggest thing, the biggest dream that we had, the biggest stretch goal was if we got 5,000 backers, we would make a Southern Gothic musical. And ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We have written a Southern Gothic musical, and tonight we are going to be sharing 8 songs from the musical. It's 26 songs total, but we're going to debut 8 of them for you right now if you just stay tuned. And we're so excited. Brittany, do you want to tell everybody a little bit about Behind the Door and how we got this whole thing started?
Yeah, so I'm also just looking at everyone's comments. Hello. Hi, Kendi. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Zachary. Hi, Gabby. Hi, Mary. Hi, everyone. Yeah, you guys, this is a celebration of the debut of our musical, but it's also the launch of year 3 Behind the Door. So we announced that this live stream is going to happen on July 1st. That's our Independence Day. Every year we'll be launching a new version of Behind the Door. What is Behind the Door? That's what people are asking, right? Well, if you don't know, Behind the Door is the online portal we created for you to come and be with us while we create. And so you can witness every morsel of that creative process. We want to introduce you today to what's going to happen year 3 Behind the Door. So if you've already been part of this, if you already have your key, you know, we've been doing a lot of previews of this musical Behind the Door. But if you sign up now, you'll get the Southern Gothic Musical EP. You'll get the acoustic album, which is available to download. Right here, Eric will walk you through how to do that Behind the Door. This is what it looks like for all of you who are curious what it even means to get your key. You open the door and you get to sit by the fire and look at what we have created for you. So this year we did a live show. We're calling it The Revival. Every year, this year we made the acoustic album, and this fall we will make the holiday album. So this is delivering on both the acoustic album and the holiday album we promised you in the Kickstarter. And we'll be continuing our tradition of our monthly fireside chat, where we get to hang out with all you sweet people who I see and familiar with in the comments who come and join us. And we're really grateful for you. And during those, we usually show you some archival footage and go over what's new on the docket. So basically, I'm just summarizing what's going on Behind the Door because we really would love for you to join if you can. It's $10 a month. You can cancel anytime. Join just for events, or join as a subscriber, or get the $100 a year one, which gives you kind of a deal. And then that way you don't have to think about it. But it really supports us, and for all.
It can't be overstated. It's the reason we were able to write this musical is because thousands of people subscribed Behind the Door and gave us the ability to do this.
And times are really tough right now, so we know that this is a big ask. So think about it, but just know that that's what we're doing over here. Is we're building this world Behind the Door where you can be part of all of our creative stuff, and it really means the world to us when folks join up and are curious about what we're doing. Speaking of which, Ian, satisfy some of this curiosity and tell us more about the Southern Gothic Musical.
Dun, dun, dun.
Just before I jump in, I just want to say, if you know anybody who supported the Kickstarter or is a fan of the band or loves the band, we would be very grateful to have you help get the word out about Behind the Door, because it's one of our favorite things that we've ever created. And we have loved connecting with all of you there. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, our musical is tentatively titled The Ninth Woman, and it asks the question, what happens when a Puritan witch trial catches a real witch? Our story pulls from a few major American historical moments. Obviously, the Salem witch trials are a big influence. And we have combined that legendary tragedy with another great early American mystery, the disappearance of the Roanoke colony off the coast of modern-day North Carolina. Some of you also might remember that this is not Delta Ray's first brush with witch trials. The Bottom of the River music video depicts two brothers kidnapping their sister to face execution for witchcraft. Very uplifting. As she proceeds to the gallows, Brittany's character, a seemingly meek victim, transforms and reveals her powers as a witch, taking possession of the mob and using them to defeat her accusers. Our vision for the musical was basically to extend that story. So you'll recognize the same central character of the witch here. In the musical, she's called Diana, and her brothers, James and Aaron, are again surrendering her to the mob justice of a witch trial. But in this longer version of the story, the fates of these three siblings are intertwined with a larger cast. And we'll meet those characters later as their voices join our story. So our story begins in a primitive chapel in the American South in the early 1600s. We hear the sounds of a congregation gathering in worship. The organ music is uplifting, but belies a fire and brimstone theology bristling within its lyrics. Imagine yourself a part of this early Southern colony. Dust motes caught in the morning light that pours in the stained glass windows. You're enveloped in your own religious self-righteousness and driven by fears of the devil and the wild unknown. This song is your daily prayer. It's called The Lord's Way. But before we get into the song, I just want to say, writing a full-scale musical is obviously a big undertaking under any circumstances, but especially during COVID, it's been a long and unusual road. So we wanted to share some of the behind-the-scenes moments of writing and recording The Ninth Woman as we were all quarantined in different states. So this first video is going to start us out witnessing what it's been like writing and recording a musical spread out across the country. And then midway through, you'll hear our first hymn take shape. And when we come back, we'll be in the chapel for the duration of the story and introduce you to our main characters. This is...
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
What do you have in your mouth, Brittany?
A grape.
No snacking during musical writing.
That's definitely, I'm out.
So the plot we're working with right now is that a woman is brought forward in a church.
On a frontier church.
The preacher in this town has been fear-mongering, brought a lot of women to the church, to the congregation, to be tried as witches, and this time he's caught a real witch, and what happens in the chapel that night is the premise. But what we've been doing in terms of writing the musical is we have we're really trying to figure out the opening number.
Hey everybody, Eric here, and I'm going to be playing the part of townsperson 1 through 9.
We gather here to greet each day, to live our life the Lord's way. We bow our heads, we kneel and pray. We live our life the Lord's way. For in these walls we are kept safe, the wolves and natives kept at bay. We swear that we will never stray. We live our life the Lord's way. Under the cross we yield our pride. We summon every child inside. A sinner's life we can't deny, but in these walls we see the light. Our teacher's voice is strong and just, and in all things he counsels us. We wait to hear what he will say. We live our life the Lord's way. devil's snare is never far. He watches us and tempts our hearts, but we find strength in pious kin. We search for evil from within, and when we find a mortal breach, our Father's hand from heaven reach to smite the wretch, to guide the stray. We live our life the Lord's way. We live our life the Lord's way.
Ah, yes.
So obviously, the role Eric was meant to play.
The 9 rolls.
I
Got it
just
right
imagine
there.
it being sung by people who suck. They're good at singing, but they're shitty people.
Yeah, I was handling a lot of really terrible people in my vocal presentation.
Like they definitely snap on the 1 and 3. They probably don't even know.
Ooh, so painful to even picture that.
So if you guys are joining us for the first time, we're Delta Ray. We are a band of Southern storytellers from Durham, North Carolina. And tonight we are debuting a Southern Gothic musical that we've been working on for years. And just to recap, we haven't really gotten into our characters yet, but we are in an early colonial town of Roanoke. And they have started to lose their minds because children are going missing. And it's really happening. Children are missing and nobody knows why, and they don't know who to blame, but they suspect witchcraft. And they've already tried and killed 8 women. Tonight, we're witnessing the congregation as they bring forward the 9th woman. And this time they've caught a real witch. Ian, you want to take us into the chapel?
Yeah, so one plot line that's really important to emphasize from the beginning is that unlike the Salem witch trials, where the hysteria over witchcraft began seemingly unprompted, we wanted there to be a real problem in our town of Roanoke that creates the panic over witchcraft, namely that the village's children are disappearing. So let's take a moment to recap. In the early Southern colonial settlement of Roanoke, the children are going missing. A panic ensues and witchcraft is suspected. Driven by their fanatical preacher, Father Haskett, the townspeople have mercilessly tried and killed 8 women. Tonight, they bring forward the 9th. What happens when a witch hunt catches a real witch? And so the song we just heard, The Lord's Way, is the ominous prelude that the congregation sings as they gather to worship. Take a moment to imagine as that joyful and somewhat creepy song comes to a close, the doors to the chapel burst open. The entire congregation turns around to look at who's coming in the back of the church. And it's a woman. And she cries out, "My child is missing." The congregation falls apart. They've lived through this before. Men bolt from their seats. Women cry out and weep. They begin to tell the tale of their woes, how they have lost 12 children from their village within the last 6 months and tried and executed 8 women as the responsible witches. But with the disappearance of another child, they realize they have not eliminated the threat. And so we hear our next song. This is called Another Child.
Another child. Another child. Another child, another loss, another night. We're bent before the cross. What have we done? What are our sins? To force our God to make us witnesses to all this death, to all these cries, to all the pain before our eyes. What have we won if our future's undone? If our freedom has cost us our daughters and sons? What are we worth if our destiny's cursed and each mother's heart's burst with another child gone? First there was one who disappeared, thought it was done, but then our greatest fears were realized, and now it's 12. What can we do to stop this fall to hell? We must behave, we must be brave, we must find the witch, we must pray. Someone's responsible, damned and abominable. We must stand honorable, the monster must die. Look for the signs of her, cripples and blasphemers, birthmarks and dark arts and any white lie. You promised, brother,
If there's another, we'd find Diana and bring her forward. We can't protect her. They all suspect her. The signs all point in her direction.
I know you're right, I will not fight. I gave her grace like any brother might, but now I see that it won't end, and we must bring our sister in.
We must go.
We must go.
God give conviction, avenge each young victim. We'll search for the villains and make them stand trial. We won't be thwarted, our strength be rewarded. Like grains at the harvest, we'll bring back each child.
What good is prayer if no innocence there?
What good is love if it's dead in the bud?
What good is family if she's always damning us? What good's a religion that breeds so much killing?
We'll kill for the good of another child.
Woo!
I am so happy we're finally sharing this.
I am so excited. The comments are insane. I'm just loving. I can't get through enough of them. Oh my God.
I
It's
know.
so
it's
fun to
so
read
fun.
everybody's reactions. One, Zachary said it's like a haunted fairy tale. I love that.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and I love Very Les Mis meets Jesus Christ Superstar.
I mean, you could not give us a bigger compliment than
Yeah,
that.
'cause
Right
we're
there. That is
stupid.
all we want to do.
Yeah.
So,
The thing is, every time, literally every day of my life, I just go, someone's responsible.
I do the same thing. I am so happy right now. I feel like we've been keeping this a secret for so long, and just to hear people react to it is, I'm so excited to keep making it.
Can we talk about that low note at the end? Can we talk about that bass note at the end?
Yeah, I was really sick one day and I hit a low C. It's never happened in my life.
It's really crazy.
I love it.
The notes that you've hit in this process are making me angry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, somebody asked who else was singing. It's pretty much all Eric, unless you hear Liz or Ian. Eric is just pretending to be a lot of people.
This one was really fun to put vocals on, though. Like, I had a lot of fun pretending to be lots of townspeople.
Oh, that's cool, Liz.
We have 6 main characters. We're only going to really get to 5 of them in this recap, but then we have additional characters in the town, and I'm so excited about all of them. We're really it's a 12-person cast, so it's not a huge cast, but it's enough to deliver the story and get you everything you need.
Speaking of recaps, I want to recap where we're at in case people are just joining us. And by the way, comment on here if you're having any tech issues so we can try and fix them behind the scenes. But thank you all so much for being here and for your enthusiasm, because it's lighting us up. We've been writing this musical while in quarantine. It is crowdfunded by you. It's our Southern Gothic musical about a witch trial that takes place in the early American South. And the children in this town are going missing. So they have a good reason to panic, but their solution is to murder women. And I'm not super into it, but I am super into writing the musical about it. So they have already tried 8 women, and they are now on the 9th woman. This time, unfortunately for them, they've caught a real witch. So someone has just announced that another child in the town has gone missing, and we've got these 2 brothers off to fetch their sister. Hi, it's me, Diana. And so, Ian, let's pick up and jump back into the storytelling.
Thanks so much, Brett. Okay, so in the wake of the disappearance of another child, 2 brothers, James and Aaron, conspire to apprehend their sister, Diana, an exiled midwife and healer who is the latest to arouse the village's suspicions. As the brothers depart to collect Diana, the town's charismatic leader, Preacher Haskett, takes to the pulpit. Preacher Haskett introduces the trial's proceedings and relates his history as ship captain to the vessel that brought this congregation from England to American shores. So they trusted him to get them from England to America. He's been their leader, and he demands their trust once more as they seek to end the scourge of witchcraft that they believe has cursed their village. which brings us to his anthemic appeal. This is a song called Worthy.
Gathered here today for a very worthy cause, to subject this unclean woman to the scourging of our laws. And if she is found guilty before justice, before God, we will cleanse her in the water, we will tame her with the rod. So mind your eyes and ears, for she will doubtless tempt your senses. You must fortify your morals, you must mount all your defenses. For ever since the serpent was seduced by clever Eve, we've seen the web of lies that women weave. Will you be worthy of the moment to come? There will be glory for those who are strong. And now with great regret I must recount the spate of crimes, the epidemic loss of children suffered in our times. We counted 12 innocent souls abducted from our midst, stolen from their beds by monsters adding to their list. So we reluctant hunters must find every guilty scoundrel. There will be no peace nor respite for the hounds who haunt this council. And to this day we have sent 8 demoniacs to death, but it seems there is at least one devil left. Will you be worthy of the moment to come? There will be glory for those who are strong. Will you take shelter in the body and blood? No one escapes from the eyes of God. Now look up at your preacher, at God's conduit on earth. Remember how I guided our fail ship to blessed birth, and protected our small tribe from both the threats inside and out. I'll be damned if I'll let these foul wretches sow their seeds of doubt. I pledge to you today that we will crush their evil scheme and return this pious people to the frontier of our dreams. So steel yourself to answer the Lord's final fierce demand. Our righteous triumph is now near at hand. Will you be worthy of the moment to come? There will be glory for those who are strong. Will you take shelter in the body and blood? No one escapes from the eyes of God.
Ian, sing that song.
Oh my God, that note at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you hold it?
Yeah.
How did you do it?
I just was sitting in my closet, really channeling the spirit.
And then you took a deep breath.
All those years listening to Jeff Buckley and singing along really paid off.
You guys know how it goes.
God. I'm so happy, guys.
So, and a lot of the comments are comparing you to Javert from Les Mis. Were you channeling that character while you were doing this?
I find the conflict between Javert and Jean Valjean to be one of the greatest works of human imagination in recorded history. So anytime I can even get close, it makes me immensely happy. So yes, and anytime and always.
It's awesome. I love the Raffle.
Is 100% my favorite character. It's such a good character.
Isn't it wild how we love the villains? Well, let's hang on. Everybody just hold on to your thoughts there, because I'm going to do a quick recap, and then we get to one of my favorite. I mean, the character we're about to introduce is so exciting. So
yeah, we just had a friend join, Aminta. So she's 30 minutes late and she doesn't know what's going on, but she's vibing.
Awesome. So let me fill her in. So we're Delta Ray. We're from Durham. We're a band. We wrote a Southern Gothic musical. It was crowdfunded by all of you in 2019, and here we are delivering it with the first preview. You're in an early colonial congregation that's losing its mind because the children have started going missing, and they suspect women of witchcraft, and for them that women are responsible. And they've tried and killed 8 women. They are now bringing forward the 9th woman, which is the name of the musical. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to meet the 9th woman. Diana is her name, and she's being brought forward by her 2 brothers, Aaron and James. Assholes. And they're bringing her forward to Haskett, our villain, the preacher, and we're going to pick up. Ian, do you mind picking up the story? I think I maybe even told too much.
Yeah, absolutely, Eric. Thank you. So James and Aaron arrive after Preacher Haskett's grand statement. James and Aaron arrive with Diana in shackles. Preacher Haskett asks her how she pleads. Rather than give an answer, Diana simply asks that they try her, eerily submitting to the tortures these trials entail. These are the first words you'll hear Diana speak in the musical, and they are, "Try me."
Try me, try me, question everything I am, then tie me to the closest tree, burn it down and gather round to see if I live or die. There's only one way to try me, try me. Take my brothers, make them both despise me. Push me past the brink. Will I float or will my body sink to the bottom where I'm not? There's only one way to try me, then suffocate the ones you hate beside me. Choke us with both hands, sir. Don't give in until you get your answers, or at least a reason why. There's only one way to try me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Those
Brett.
low notes in, you know. Those
So
low notes
beautiful.
really change it up.
This is, I've got to say, I've been listening to you sing for a pretty long time. I think you were 7 years old when I first heard you sing. And hearing your voice be in this area, this gentle and vulnerable place with a few little barbs of, I'm a badass and I can probably kill you. It's just so interesting, and it's so different and so beautiful to hear you in this place. I feel like in the band you're usually doing the murder ballad thing. What was it like?
We'll get there.
This different layer of your voice when you were playing Diana during this song.
Thanks, Liz, for all of that kindness. So, you know, we wrote this musical, you know, based on the premise of 2 brothers essentially condemning and damning their sister to death. And I love my brothers, obviously. We do everything together and we're very close. There's almost nothing that would make me more sad than the idea that not only like just something that the world turned them against me. Like that's the saddest thing I could imagine. So I really got to like tap into that sadness because the characters obviously have a lot of similarities. And then I also got to really flex on the performance we did for Bottom of the River when I was 19 or something. Is like one of my favorite things because I always sort of got the feeling of like if I were ever kidnapped, I would just like pretend that I was like really chill and innocent until the moment that his back was turned, and then I would just you know. And so like that transition from innocent to like maniacal is actually really something I'm into. So so that last line of being able to say like try me bitch, like I will fuck you up. Sorry to put it on the line, but you know, this is rock and roll.
It's the role you were meant to play, Britt.
Yeah, it does really feel connected deep down. Plus, like all of those evil things that they're doing, like it's kind of just putting it back on them. It's like, okay, yeah, burn me down. See how it goes. Like that's on you. That's your karma, not mine.
Yeah.
If they had watched the Bottom of the River video, they would know how it's going to end.
Yeah, exactly. For anybody who's just joining us, I just want to let you know a real quick recap that we're here in the Southern Gothic Musical set in the early American South in the 1600s. We've got a witch trial going on. Why? Because children in this town are going missing and the people are freaking the F out. They're very evangelical and extremist preacher is insisting that they hunt the women down in their community, and they've convinced two brothers to bring forward their sister Diana, aka me. And so Diana has just submitted to be tried as a witch. And Ian, I'd love it if you could drop us back in.
Yeah, thanks so much, Brett. So actually, it's time to introduce another crucial character, Miriam.
Woo!
Miriam, voiced by our very own Liz Hopkins, lost her parents at an early age. And so as an orphan, she was taken in by the church and raised under Father Haskett's strict oversight. Now, as an unmarried woman and supposed former friend to accused witch Diana, Miriam is being called to testify against Diana. She denies any relationship with the accused whatsoever, thrice rejecting any of her supposed connections to Diana. But as she feels the threat of suspicion closing in on her, because of course no one is safe from being accused of being a witch, she makes an even more damning accusation. Miriam formally accuses Diana of being a witch.
How could you this?
How dare she?
That's
me.
Chaos erupts. I mean, now we have another witch in this long-suffering village. In the chaos that ensues, Haskett calls a recess. So the trial is paused, and Miriam, Diana's supposed former friend, takes the opportunity of a break in the trial to make her way to the river. She does this in secret. It's quite mysterious, and it's a mysterious thing to do. So along her path, she reveals the loss of a secret child and the haunting disappointments of a life full of regret.
Wow,
she's having a moment of
private life full of regret.
She's having a moment of private confession as she makes this walk to the river. And Aaron, who you'll recall is Diana's brother and reluctantly brought her forward as a potential witch, is also in love with Miriam. Okay.
Shocking.
So as she's making her way secretly to the river, he secretly follows her and watches her place a child-sized sweater at a marked memorial along the riverbank. Again, somewhat weird. A lot of mysteries to unravel here. And now this gives us the chance to hear Miriam's hero song, What I Wouldn't Give.
And if you listen closely, some of the mysteries reveal themselves in the song.
They say I'm keeping secrets. They whisper for their fun. But if they knew what I had given, if they knew what I had done, what I wouldn't give to hold my child again, what I wouldn't give to love a gentleman. But the forces of this world are cruel. They take it all away from you. I trusted my sick child into the river's care, and he was taken there. I held her hand, and I felt the dark descend. What I wouldn't give to have a sense of peace, what I wouldn't give for the freedom of release. The dreams you dare dream for yourself just bait the snare, trap you in hell. I wish I never felt the love I did, but to let the one who stole it all from me go free and live. That's what I wouldn't give, what I wouldn't give to be what I pretend, what I wouldn't give to confess it all to him. No one has a child alone. The sin we share, the pain I own, the path my life would take was always his. But to let the one who stole it all from me go free and live, that's what I wouldn't give. My parents lost their lives. I was unwanted, left behind. I never thought I'd be a mother. I guess I'm not one any longer. And I could tell the truth, but then I would be accused. How did I become the witness to a lifetime full of lies? What I wouldn't give to make it all alright, what I wouldn't give to bring back every stolen life. But I'm just one voice in the crowd, a broken vessel who's drowned out. I'll never find the joy in love I've missed, but to let the one who stole it all from me go free and live to forgive. That's what I couldn't give. That's what I wouldn't
give. Just so good, Liz.
Good gravy.
Nailed it.
Unbelievable.
Love it.
Woo!
Good gravy.
Liz, how about that?
You know, just one voice in the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, I love
What a
hearing.
hell of a voice.
You're hired.
I remember writing those lyrics and just feeling so much like they were painful to write at the time, and it was before the decision around Roe v. Wade to overturn Roe happened, and you know, a lot of those lyrics really have now like just stabbed me even deeper. I was just
women too, like, yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious, how was it to record that emotionally? And I know we had to do it from afar, so you know, just beaming Ian and Eric in to help coach through the kind of emotional aspect of it. How was that for you?
It was challenging. It was an honor to be asked to be a part of it. And I did definitely, the first time I ever heard it, I got the Eponine vibes as well, which I'm seeing a lot of the comments are comparing it to Eponine as well. It's a beautiful song. It was the most challenging aspects of it were, technically the most challenging aspect was that it changes tempos, I think 5 times throughout the song. Thank you, Eric. That was super fun. So when we first went in there, we were trying to do it without sort of any, I was by myself, and we were at this great studio called Arbor Ridge in Chapel Hill, which is actually a place that Delta Ray has recorded before, with a wonderful producer and musician whose name is Jeff Crawford. If you don't know who he is, or you're in North Carolina, you should definitely check out Arbor Ridge. But so it was the 2 of us there, and we were trying to figure out how to do this without another musician in there. And so that was really challenging. But then the next session we did have Eric and Ian zoom in virtually. I think the guys were there too for a little bit. So it was really nice to have them there and to be giving me some real time feedback about sort of the acting of it and the story of it, because I hadn't been privy to a lot of the sort of the story writing process that the 3 of you siblings have been doing. So that was really helpful. And in terms of acting, what was difficult for me was finding the line where I would flip between this character, Miriam, being by herself and just reflecting to herself, not really actually talking to anyone, but just being with her own thoughts out there alone in the woods by the river, versus the big cathartic part where I would picture her actually singing out loud and actually hoping that maybe someone hears her. So those were the 2 different shades that I was trying my best to strike during the recording process.
But I feel like that's the juggle we all do in life all the time, is like, what am I going to process inside and what am I going to like shout into the world? So,
and especially, I mean, I think being a woman and with everything that's happened now, it's just, when do you keep your powder dry and when do you actually decide you're going to
go off?
Yes.
Yeah. More
you nailed it in this performance.
Yeah.
I just want to let everybody know that this is available for download. Everything you're hearing right now, if you sign up Behind the Door, we just announced Behind the Door Year 3 has started. Behind the Door is this is actually the way that we've been able to make the musical. And the Southern Gothic Musical EP is available right now. You can go download it, and you can also download an acoustic album, which is up Behind the Door right now. Both albums available. BehindTheDoor.deltaray.com, $10, and you'll get both of these. Everything you're hearing tonight. I feel like I'm one of those like late night TV shows. That's like you'll get both of these albums. And Liz, I think we're also about to
yes, we are.
So you want to take us on that journey?
Yeah, I just want to also say the acoustic album, we had so much fun making this. We did it on Valentine's Day of this year. It was like the first time we'd all been together since the end of 2021. And we had an in-studio audience there with us while we recorded the album. That's the kind of the process that we're going to repeat when we make the holiday album. I know that Mike's going to talk to you guys about that, but it was so much fun. And that was all because of Behind the Door. And the reason that we had in-studio audience members was because they heard about it behind the door. So that's another reason to get Behind the Door. We are also raffling off a very lovely item tonight, and the winner is going to be announced on Monday. But we have a signed ukulele. Delta Ray has one song that it plays ukulele on. Ian plays the ukulele. And this uke is signed by all 6 of us. I'm having a hard time getting it to not be signed the other one, but You can win this if you're if you're already a member behind the door, you are entered into the raffle to win this. Or if you enter tonight, if you sign up tonight, you can win this as well.
Or really, if you sign up anytime between now and Monday.
Yes, if you sign up for Behind the Door anytime between now and Monday, you will win this ukulele that I am holding. It's not a guitar.
Well, you might win.
You'll be entered.
Well, someone's gonna win it.
Everyone's gonna win.
But someone's gonna win. Oh, you guys
We're gonna chop it up into 47 different pieces.
No.
Anyway, speaking of chopping things up, let's get back to this murderous, crazy Southern Gothic musical. For anyone that's just joining, we are Delta Ray. We are a crazy band from the woods of Durham, North Carolina. And Ian, Eric, and Brittany have been hard at work over the course of the pandemic writing this beautiful Southern Gothic musical, which is happening because when we went independent and announced on Kickstarter what we wanted to do, this was our biggest stretch goal. We promised we would make this for you if we blew past our financial goal, which we did thanks to all of you who backed our Kickstarter. And so we're now previewing the musical. We're about halfway through, and where it takes place is in the 1600s American South in North Carolina, just off the coast on Roanoke Island, where the Lost Colony happened. And what's happening in this town is there are children in this town that are starting to go missing, and everyone is trying to figure out who to blame. There's a really messed up preacher whose name is Haskett, and he is trying to convince everyone that the person responsible for it is a witch. And that is why women are now being accused of being witches, and we're in the midst of a witch trial. So that's where we are right now. Take it away. Keep telling us about this musical and playing us songs.
Okay, so as you'll recall, in the song we just heard, Diana, who is the latest witch to be accused, has a former friend named Miriam, who during the trial's recess has made her way to the river. She's at the river's edge where she has just done this huge confessional called What I Wouldn't Give. And in the aftermath of this song, she begins to sing a mournful lullaby to herself. But suddenly, her voice isn't alone. Her voice is joined by many, the voices of children. And she looks up across this very broad and uncrossable river, and she's filled with awe as from across the river, from the side she's on, she looks across, she sees the children healthy and well, scattered in the shelter of the forest. Aaron, who's secretly followed her and unbeknownst to her has witnessed all of this, bears witness to this thrilling discovery. Miriam and Aaron rush back to the church to share the good news and stop the doomed trial. And they're elated because this could mean that there are no more persecutions. Potentially there's no witchcraft. Potentially the children are fine and all of this has been for naught.
Actually.
And in this moment, this is going to be the last song of Act 1 in the musical. Miriam and Aaron join in song with James. Now, they're not physically together. Aaron and Miriam are at the river's edge. James is still back in the village. But through the magic of musical theater, all of these voices will be joined together to reflect on what these trials have done to their village. Specifically, in turning family against family and neighbor against neighbor, they've turned their people back to the blood.
The greatest lie the devil told was that he wasn't there at all. We live our lives with feigned control. Voices lead us, want us to fall, and we fall. Oh, yes, we fall.
Into the fire,
into the flood,
into the flood,
out of the water, back to the blood,
back to the blood,
into the fire,
into the fire,
into the flood,
into the flood,
out of the water,
back to the blood.
all it takes for evil to win is the silence of good men. 'Cause in that vacuum there is a voice. It calls out to us. It makes the choice, and we fall, fall, and we fall, fall into the fire, into the fire, into the flood, out of the water, back to the blood, into the fire, into the flood, out of the water, back to the blood, back to the blood.
Truth into the night. Don't let the sun rise on that big lie. Hold your head high. Speak truth into the night. Don't let the sun rise on that big lie. Hold your head high. Speak truth into the night. Don't let the sun rise on that big lie. Hold your head high. Speak truth into the night.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
I feel like this song is like, which band is associated with this musical? Oh yeah, Delta Ray.
Every genre. We cover every genre.
Yeah.
Every
I
album.
love this one so much. Had so much fun adding vocals to this one. Was dancing the entire time.
Literally,
Yeah,
we're backstage just being like,
Yeah, I feel like this listening experience with you guys on here, watching you react to it, it's like this is very singular. It's like it's I'm just loving it. I feel like I'm on stage right now. But yeah, I love that someone caught the Kaiser Sose reference. I was gonna say, like, throw your comments in the chats about all the influences that you're hearing. You know, I mean, was anyone getting any like Madonna, like a prayer on the last track? You know, I mean, it's I'd love to see what you guys are thinking. And also, we're going on to our next raffle. Delta Ray is not NFT yet, but we are doing a signed lyric sheet penned by Senor Ian.
Oh, Haskett has
beautiful first edition. I mean, that's and Sonny finally is doing what I want him to do.
oh,
Good job,
Sonny. My
Yeah, he loves it. So, but yeah, so please share this with everyone, and then you get entered into the raffle, and you get a chance to win this.
To answer someone's question earlier, if you are signed up behind the door already, you are entered to win. We're gonna select from all signups, and so if you're not signed up, you can sign up now, and through the weekend, we'll pick a winner on Sunday and announce it on Monday. So
I also want to say I think our fans are super funny. Also, somebody commented, "Is Haskett signed up behind the door?"
Yeah, and also, Grant, so you know, in case you weren't seeing it, the comments about Sunny are really, really glowing and admiring, and I think honestly, we're getting as much viewership for the musical as we are for the baby. So,
guys, quick shout out. Grace just signed up, $100.
Wow!
David, thank you so much. Shauna Ray, David, another David, Mary just signed up.
Wow.
Abigail just signed up. Michelle just signed up.
You guys are the wind in the
Michael
sails.
just signed up. Sarah just signed up. Amanda just signed up. Michael just signed up. Amy just signed up. Leanne just signed up. Evan just signed up. Megan just signed up. Sarah just signed up. Shane just signed up. Nora just signed up. Julia just signed up. Linda, thank you, Linda. They're just flying in. Roy just signed up. Thank you all so much.
Y'all are not going to be disappointed. There is so much that happens behind the door. You're going to be in on this process of the making of the musical, as well as all of the demos that Ian has written over the last several years are also on there. There's this big crazy place called the attic where Brittany reads your tarot cards. Eric is playing you beautiful serenades. Grant is teaching you how to play songs on the guitar. Michael is telling stories and making you cocktails. Liz cooks some food for you and like babbles about her garden. I mean, there's so much going on.
But the big news of today is we have the Southern Gothic EP and the acoustic album are available right now. You can download them for $10
right now.
Somebody said they are getting telethon vibes, and I just want those people to know that they are right on about that, and we will be playing into that joke. And just for anyone who's just joining us and is like, what the hell is going on? We're Delta Ray, and this is us debuting the first available 8 songs of our Southern Gothic musical, which, by the way, is a 26-song musical. All of the songs have been written. We are keeping a lot of them a secret from you for now, but those of you who are behind the door have already previewed a lot of those songs that aren't being played tonight. So that's another good reason to sign up behind the door. Just to recap where we are in the musical, a lot has happened. We're in the South in the 1600s, the American South. We've got a fanatical preacher preaching to his congregation who is scared shitless because their children have been going missing for nigh on a year now. They have condemned 8 women to death as witches, supposing that those women are responsible somehow for the disappearance of their children. Well, unfortunately for these townspeople, the 9th woman they're about to try is a real witch. Her name is Diana, and her, God love them, her brothers brought her forward, and that was that was a big mistake.
Huge mistake.
It still hurts my feelings. And I being Diana, and I sort of am excited to throw this back to you, Ian. But first, I'll just say that we've introduced another character. This is Liz's character, Miriam, who's really key to this story and really makes a statement about, you know, the way women and birthing people, I'll just throw that in there too, support each other and relate to each other in that time, back in the 1600s and today. But she has said that Diana is definitively a witch. But on a walk to the river, where she tells us about a child that she lost under mysterious circumstances, she sees that the children of the town are actually alive and well. They're just across the broad river in an unreachable place, doing great. And she realizes that she's got to get back to the church along with Diana's brother Aaron and stop this shit show of a trial from going through. Okay, Ian, that's my thing. Go ahead.
I love that. Okay, so Miriam and Aaron are rushing back with this urgent news that the children are alive and no more supposed witches need to be put to death. In the meantime, back at the church, Preacher Haskett calls the trial back to order. And he offers Diana a chance to make her last defense. She's been called out as a witch by Miriam. Very honestly, in a lot of these cases in the Salem witch trials, all it took was an accusation to be found guilty and then put to death. So the outcome was already kind of baked in here. And so this is her chance to make her last defense. Rather than take on the charges directly, Diana uses this moment for her own purposes. She warns Preacher Haskett and the congregation to change before it's too late. Guys, this is one of my favorite songs that we have ever written.
Same.
This is the dose of justice that we've all been waiting for. This is called The Spark.
One little spark, one little flame can blaze a trail to glory or burn a path of pain. There are whispers through the ages. There are signs in the trees. There is wisdom in the pages. Only some of us will read, and those who lead. Change! It's never too late! season. The minute, the second, the season. You never see the fissure till the dam begins to break. You don't respect the seed until you're resting in its shade. And you ignore the meek until they flame the world you made. One little spark, one little flame. The minute, the second, the season. The minute, the second, the season. Change! You can't hold back a crashing wave. It's up to you to die or change. Be blinded by the calming plague. The only way to heal is change. You hide behind those eyes and pray, but you won't see the same. The minute, the second, the season always change. I was there when Zeus was pulling lightning from the sky. Osiris lifted water from the banks to flood the Nile. When Moses spoke to God as one small plant began to light. One little spark saved all their lives. Change! You can't hold back a crashing wave. It's up to you to die or change. Be blinded by the calming plague. The only way to heal is change. You hide behind those eyes and pray, but you will see the same. The minute, the second, the season always change. And how do we remember every leader in their wake? By the heroes that they favored, by the villains they forsake. Would you know the second coming if you nailed her to the stake? One little spark, one great mistake. Change! You can't hold back a crashing wave. It's up to you to die or change. It doesn't have to end this way. You each could be the spark of change.
Love it.
Oh my God.
Is there any other person that could perform that song other than Brittany Holgis? That is
no.
Maybe that
That is
one
it.
high note right before the that's high.
Wow.
That's up there.
Okay, so Zeus and Osiris.
Yeah.
Who is Osiris?
We have a lot of ancient gods referenced in that. It speaks to Diana's timelessness. Somebody really nailed it here. Chelsea, would you know the second coming if you nailed her to the stake? That's a little bit of a thing to think about. Those of you who are wanting to analyze this at all. But that song was so freaking fun. It was so fun to write. That is like something I'll never forget, is the process of figuring out that song, which wasn't easy. But it was really fun.
What was it like? Like, were you coming from a place of making the words and then the guys were melody, or were you feeling the melody and they were any snippets?
I think we were super collaborative, but I think I did the change, or that was kind of what I felt like that needed. And really a lot of what happens a lot of the times I'm just there being like, and then it'll say this, and then it'll say this. And the boys are like, what if the melody was like this? And I'm just like, they think it's going to be like that, so I'll change the structure. And then by the time they're like, I think that's the melody, I'm like, I've written verses 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's pick our favorite one.
It sounds like a fast process.
I love that people picked up too that the dream is riddled throughout this, and this is a song that's on our second album, After It All, and a very mysterious one verse song on that album. And it's always been intended to be a part of a bigger story, I think, of the white clothes and the pretty red rose, and this martyr who keeps dying for a cause in The Witch.
Yeah. So just to kind of expand on some of the storytelling going on, I found out during the process of this musical that we actually have some accused witches in our lineage, to the extent to which you can like trust or believe any of the like lineage sites. But I mean, anyway, it's cool to think about.
Feels real.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely feels like could be.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah. but our witch ancestor was named Dorothea, and thankfully for us, she had two brothers who actually were the reason that she escaped the witch trials in 1500s Germany. So that's kind of an interesting twist, and sometimes truth is stranger than fiction, because I actually, based on seeing what the witch trials were like, find that very hard to believe. But the reason I know about this is because my mom's sister Megan lives in the mountains of Virginia, and I made a trip up there very recently to Swope County. For those of you guys who are in the Shenandoah Valley, you know about it. It's like one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. And it was hugely inspiring because when I went up there, our plan was to do something I've never done before, which is throw pottery. And Megan is an incredible ceramicist, so she taught me how to throw on her wheel in her backyard, and we threw a bunch of pottery specifically for Delta Ray fans. And so these are the pieces that we made.
It's so beautiful.
Thanks. Yeah.
How do you put these such intricate images onto a little cup or a bowl?
Yeah, it's a very secretive, alchemical process. But I
got one right here.
Yeah, let's see, Mike. Mike, you are showing one of the pieces.
Enormous.
Yeah, it's a
very big mug.
Sized mug. But
I love the way you pulled it away so that we actually couldn't see the intricate thing.
Yeah, so these pieces are going to be available for purchase behind the door, but I want to say that for anyone who is signed up now or signs up between now and Monday, you will be entered to win that white mug with the stained glass. Can we see it again, Mike? Can we see that one?
Oh,
piece?
yes.
That's the piece that you could win. Yeah, and show them the other side. These are all hand thrown by me, hand glazed by me, hand decaled by me, and my aunt. So it's pretty exciting, and I'm really, really, really excited to share this first batch with you guys. We're gonna make more. So if you don't get these first 15 pieces, there can be some more, but yeah, get them while they're hot. There's a very limited number.
And speaking of more, we also I have one of these ready.
Yeah.
Look at these coasters. Oh my goodness.
Mike, you made those.
Look at these coasters. Are these going to be behind the door as well?
How apropos.
They are. They're going to be behind the door, and we'll pair those little coasters with. There will be two different kinds together, sold as a pair. And Jesse asked how much the pottery is going to cost, and it'll vary based on size between $45 and $65, depending on like the size or the difficulty or rarity of the piece. So I hope that's okay with you guys. The coasters, I think we decided around $10. So those are just in the secret store behind the door, and also there's a chance to win them for free. So I hope that you do. Whoever you are.
So beautiful. I'm going to buy all of it. Can I just jump in with two small questions that I've seen from fans? One question was, do they need to have a specific browser in order to sign up for a behind the door account?
No,
they should be able to do it from anywhere.
And another question was,
if you have any issues, just email us at info@deltaray.com and the team will help.
Excellent. And the other person's question was, where do I buy this Southern Gothic Musical EP?
Oh, they don't need to buy it. They just subscribe for Behind the Door. It's the only place you can get it, but it's available right now. You can download it. 7 songs, 7 of the songs you've heard tonight. We only have 1 song left in the story, by the way. So we're almost done. And if you sign up for Behind the Door, you can download this. And also you can download the acoustic album, which is we literally put it up right before we went live. So we hope you will jump in there and enjoy both.
We had so much fun making that.
Yeah.
So I see that some people are just joining now, which is so awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to everyone who's watched this whole live stream. I know we're taking up a lot of your Thursday night, but we're really excited to share it with you. I'm going to just do a quick recap on where we are in the whole story. I'm going to do it, Ian, even though it's on you. I'm going to say it. We're in the 1600s in the early American South. And we are in the town of Roanoke, where children are going missing. And their fanatical preacher Haskett, has convinced the townspeople that this is a result of witchcraft. So they have tried and killed 8 women so far in an effort to stop the loss of children. And they have failed to do so because at the beginning of this musical, another child goes missing. It's then our characters, Aaron and James, who decide to bring forward their strange sister, Diana, who is a healer and midwife who lives at the edge of town. They bring her forward as a potential suspect, and her childhood friend, Miriam, says aloud in the trial that Diana for sure is a witch. So that is the beginning of our musical. We segue then to Miriam's confession that she has had a child that no one in the town knew about, that as a baby she lost in the river. And Aaron witnesses her right at the end of that confession, and just before she sees across that broad river where she lost her child, that all of the townspeople's children are actually there on the other side. They're alive and well. They may have gone missing, but there's certainly no harm has come to them. And she and Aaron make this revelation together and rush back to town to stop the doomed trial that will kill Aaron's sister and Miriam's friend, Diana. So Ian, I'm throwing it back to you.
Amazing recap. Okay. So guys, we can't wait to share the whole thing, but this is going to be our last song for tonight. Recall that Diana is on trial, facing certain death as the 9th woman to be put on trial for witchcraft. She's been accused of stealing the village children and of being a witch. Miriam and Aaron, having found the children alive and well, are racing back to stay Diana's execution. And Miriam and Aaron arrive back at the village to share their discovery about the children. The congregation rejoices. They're elated. This could mean the end of all the trials. This could mean that there is no witchcraft and their children are safe and well. But Preacher Haskett, man that he is, immediately dims their spirits. He throws cold water on all this news. He questions Miriam's account and warns that the hallucination of the children being alive could just be another spell of witchcraft.
And he's already put Diana in the crypt at this point in the musical. So he's trying to fend off Diana, who has just shown her true power as a charismatic leader herself. And now he has to fend off Miriam and James with this potential news to derail the proceedings.
Miriam and Aaron, correction.
Oh, I'm sorry. Miriam and Aaron.
He's at his most dangerous because he's feeling very threatened. He's like a cornered animal. And so as Haskett and Miriam trade accusations in this final song, their long history, because Haskett raised Miriam when she was an orphaned child under the church's charity, their long history is revealed to be freighted with tension and animosity. Miriam and Haskett threaten each other in a vow of mutually assured destruction, that if either were to reveal the other's secrets, they would be exiled from the village. So that leaves us at this moment of confrontation between Miriam and Haskett. This is called The Snake.
My congregation, do not be taken in. We've no proof that they live, and this could be a spell of the witch. Oh, my sweet Miriam, you must be so shaken. For such a sensitive soul, it must be hard to have no control. You say you've seen the children, then why did you not bring them? Did you not offer them help? Thought you'd know better as an orphan yourself. Your mind plays tricks on you, just like all women's do. You wish the truth weren't true,
that our sisters weren't witches and the trials we're through. Yes, we're all desperate for hope, but if you've nothing to show, your neighbors will not forgive. Chimeric weeds you grow. You could be cast from the garden if you go out on the wrong limb. The snake is always whispering, and only we can deny him.
I know you took me in, the Good Samaritan, but it's all part of your plan, and you're a beast that's masquerading as a righteous man.
How dare you speak to me with such indecency? I gave you everything despite disgrace you bring, and now you're lying hysteric. Have you no shame? It's barbaric.
Oh, my poor father, God never gave you a daughter, and I know why. If I tell the truth, what will they do to you?
You could be cast from the garden if you go out on the wrong limb. The snake is always whispering, and only we can deny him. Ah, now I see what this is all about. You and that fool fell in love and want out. You think it's easy to walk from God's sight. You will get lost in the night.
Right. You could be cast from the garden if you go out on the wrong limb. The snake is always whispering, and only we can deny him. We must deny him.
You could be cast from the garden if you go out on the wrong limb. The snake is always the strongest. When we fear it, will we know it? When we hear it, should we riot or stay quiet? By the apple or deny it? The snake.
Woo! That song's got swag. I love it.
Our fans are too good.
Our fans are amazing. They
Yeah.
really get it. You guys are so much fun to make music for. I can't even tell you.
You guys.
Well, guys, I just have to say this evening has exceeded all my expectations. This was so fun.
You would
I
say
can't wait to
that.
get the rest of the music put together. I'm sorry that we're leaving you at a bit of a cliffhanger. But
I'm so excited. We just have to do it again.
I have to just keep going. Paul just signed up $100 a year. Thank you, Paul.
Paul.
Thank you, Beth, $100 a year. Thank you, John, $100 a year. Thank you so much, Deanna. Thank you so much, Kyle, Corey, Sal, Megan, Rick, Kiana.
We promise you won't regret it.
Ellie,
I want to know what.
Lindy, Lane, Emily, Dorothea. We're having so many people sign up. We can keep doing this. We can keep finishing this. I'm just so grateful.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I just want to leave with this one last set of thoughts so that you guys can ruminate on what's coming next. As the secrets of this congregation are laid bare, the jury moves towards its final judgment. As we will find out, the lives of all hang in the balance. Will they be worthy? We'll have to wait to find out. Guys, I can't thank you enough for such an incredible night. Let's check in with Mike on how the signups for.
Yeah, we heard from Eric, but I want to hear from Mike.
Yeah,
He's our
how
more
is that,
analog.
Mike?
Bring.
Oh.
Hello. Yes, another sign up right away. Bring. Another sign up. Oh, okay. 2 subscriptions to Behind the Door. Bring. Wait, that's a big raffle prize. Let me check with the band.
Yeah, Mike.
Can we do 2 free tickets to the recording session for the winter album, the holiday album?
The holiday album?
The holiday album that's happening.
You know what, Mike?
Yes.
I think we
So
can.
we're going to record a holiday album in a studio in Nashville, and you're saying that we are going to give away 2 tickets to come be in the studio with us while we record that. Someone's asking
That's
that.
what they're saying. I got the higher ups of Delta
Who
Ray
is
on the
this?
phone.
Who is this you're talking to?
This is the higher ups of Delta
It's
Ray.
Sophie
Wow.
and Torino.
It's
and
Osiris.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Hang on. One more call. 2 signups behind the door. Yes. Done.
Okay, I would say
Let's do
that
it.
anyone signed up behind the door could be entered to win those 2 tickets to.
Yep.
To be part of the in-studio audience
Let's
when
do
we
it,
make
Mike.
this holiday album this fall.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Mike.
We
Yeah,
did that.
You did your name the phones like that. Well, all
We
this.
did that. Well, here's the whole phone.
Yeah, let's see it.
Oh.
It's got a cat hand.
As one does.
So we actually did this for the acoustic album back in February. Liz was talking about that earlier, and we had some people come in and watch us and be part of the recording session. They were in the room while we were recording, and it was amazing to share the air with them and
So great.
give away a couple of tickets for that for this holiday album. And we cannot wait. It's going to be so much
Christopher,
fun.
you wouldn't ruin it, okay? You didn't.
I love it so much.
Yeah, there should be extra laughter if Christopher was there. I think we'd have to back.
Yes. Go to Nashville.
Yeah, so we're going to do that, guys. This is going to be a raffle for the Revival. The Revival is a show we do every year to bring us all back to life. This one's going to happen. Year 3's Revival is in October of this year to record the holiday album, which will come out hopefully before the holidays this year. And you can be a part of it. If you sign up behind the door, you're automatically entered. If you're currently signed up, if you sign up now, you're automatically entered. We're going to announce on Monday through socials, and we'll email you if you're the winner. You'll get 2 tickets to come to Nashville and join us in studio as we make an album.
What a fun night. Oh my gosh,
What a
it's
fun
been
night.
so exciting to share this with us.
Last couple bits of housekeeping, guys. Our dreams for this musical are to finish a Delta Ray cast recording with friends by 2023. We want to find a team to help us bring it to Broadway, find a team to help us make a filmed version. You guys being signed up behind the door helps us make this real. Again, we can't thank you enough. I also want to say a huge thank you to Casey LaFalce, who did all Eric, Britt, and Mike, beloved cousin, who did all the amazing illustrations you saw tonight.
She's incredible.
She's amazing. And then also a huge thank you to Gabe and Gideon Klein, who produced all the music and did a lot of the arrangements that you heard tonight. Just such incredible partners all around. And it's been such a dream to make this. Guys, that's everything that's coming behind the door year 3. Again, the Southern Gothic Musical EP available right now behind the door. The acoustic album available right now behind the door. This year's Revival, the live recording of our holiday album this fall. And of course, monthly fireside chats, never before seen archival footage, exclusive merch in the secret store, tons more in.
Just a reminder that all that merch we were showing you, the pottery and the coasters and a few more things, is all going to go up 10 a.m. on Monday. So make sure you're signed up before then. We'll announce the winners. People will get to go first come, first serve on merch. Go on, Ian.
So much to explore in the attic from the past 3 years. There's endless amounts of stuff to explore in the attic, things that are available nowhere else. So, and special perks when you come to a show in person. So I just want to sincerely thank everyone who has gotten their key, supported us here, and in our Kickstarter by coming to a show, buying a record, streaming our music. We love you all. And just like when you sing back to us at a Delta Ray show, you are the fuel that keeps our engine running and makes all of this possible. Behind the Door is the single greatest way to support the band and all we're making as we prepare to start touring again next year. We would be so grateful if you would help us get the word out to anyone who isn't currently a key holder behind the door, but who may have contributed to the Kickstarter or who loves Delta Ray. We are so excited to bring more magic to you all, and this community is the best place to experience it. So with that, we'll see you behind the door. Thanks for being here tonight. Love you guys.
So fun. We love you all. Thank you for signing up. Thank you for watching.
Speak truth into the night.
Yeah. Night, everybody.
Good night.